Shabbat Shalom. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door by Emma Lazarus. To quote Rabbi Eliyahu Safran, it should come as no surprise that a Jew wrote the powerful words of exhortation and welcome engraved on the Statue of Liberty. These words proclaim the noble potential of America with alarming clarity. Millions have arrived in New York, the harbor to be embraced by these words. How frightening then it is to realize that we have come to a time when the tone and great promise of that mighty statue and the sacred power of Emma Lazarus's words are at risk. Now, we all know I don't do politics, and many appreciate this. Many actually join our synagogue because of this. Many stay because of this. It is important to note, though, that our country is founded on the principle of being welcoming and inclusive. Judaism, at its core, instills the same. In our parsha this Shabbat, Eikev, we are challenged with one of the most compelling obligations in the Torah. You too must befriend the stranger, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt. This mitzvah appears 36 times, double high in the Torah. A stranger in Judaism is called a ger. The fact that the commandment to befriend the stranger, sometimes referred to as the other, comes up 36 times means that we are meant to acknowledge that all of life depends on it. It is double high, high being life. The 18, the yud, number 10, God, the chet, number 8, you put it together, 18, high, double high, 2, partnership, 2 times 18, you get 36. We are not individual islands unto ourselves. We are built to dwell in partnership, even if you go back to the creation story of Adam and Eve. To quote Rabbi Safran, it is and must be essential to our psyche and our behavior. Every day, we must remember our otherness. We must remember God who took us out of Mitzrayim, of Egypt, God who reveals himself or herself to us at Sinai with the words, I, the Lord your God, who took you out of Egypt. It wasn't easy. It still isn't easy being a people chosen by God to uphold the Torah and keep it going, l'dor vador, into future generations. Many view assimilation with fear, not wanting to do interfaith weddings. I, of course, we know, feel differently. Myself being a product of assimilation, my daughter as well, both of us going on to become rabbis. Fear is one of the most crippling emotions we can have. Those of you in Torah study heard about the fear the Israelites had when they heard God speak at the mountain. It was too much, and they begged Moses to intercede. They lost the ability, because of this, to have a direct connection, necessitating an intermediary. It has taken generations of evolution for humanity to get to the point of feeling a direct connection, whether through meditation, prayer, or maybe a quiet moment, gardening, looking at the beautiful flowers, waving in the breeze, maybe surfing and catching a good wave. We have to create those moments of connection. The fear of the ger, the fear of the other, is isolating, degrading, and it threatens the very fabric of life that we cling to and our religion as well. There are warnings all over the Torah, though, about not taking on the ways of the other, making idols, following other gods. There is only one God, Adonai. So it can be a little confusing, and people look at it very strictly from different points of views and perspectives. Moses continually reminds us of this, as does our Parsha, and the last one we had last Shabbat with the recitation of the Shema. Interestingly, almost every single person that I have converted has found the Shema to be compelling and riveting to their very core. Their soul hears, recognizes, and knows. There's no reason to fear or feel threatened by the ger, the other. The bigger fear is that we will distance ourselves so far away that we forget the humanity that we share. It was shocking to hear at the Interfaith Convention that I attended in Washington, D.C., with Muslim leaders, with my daughter, as we discussed a few weeks ago, that their children are being taught all over America to hate the Jews. Now, I would expect that that's happening in other parts of the world, but all over America right now. Now, these people, these leaders, of course, were rising up to stop this, but the challenge that they were taking on had to be met head on without fear. They were standing up to their own people. Rabbi Safran goes on to state, why is it a mitzvah to love a ger? Why is it a mitzvah to remember how terrible it is to actually be the stranger? Remember, at Passover, we're supposed to always open our home to the other at the Seder, which is why for years, whenever we're packed tight, I'm always like, no, we have to be prepared. We have to have a table in case more come. You're really never supposed to turn anyone away. The reason is that in this mitzvah, in that remembering, we remember how much it hurts to be a stranger, to be considered the other. In remembering, we seek to remember others who are strangers, to lift them up from their sense of otherness. We have heard it so often, and we refer to it so regularly all over the Torah, that we often lose sight of its power and its unsettling demand. We do so at our own peril and diminishment. It is important to respect each other, respect our differences, and to remember that we are all children of God. We have the divine spark and light inside of us. Each and every single person here, online, around the world, all of us are a manifestation of God. The Kabbalists teach that the light is the source of every gift we receive. All of our abundance, all of our prosperity, all of our sustenance, all of our blessings originate from the light's endless sharing force. Just as the divine shares with us, so too must we embrace and share with one another. The energy that is inherent in this parsha, Eikev, challenges us to appreciate the source of our sustenance. When we grow our consciousness of appreciation, we protect the blessings that we already have in our lives, and we strengthen our certainty that we will be provided what we need when we need it. We are blessed to be moving into two separate places that we will call home. One will be home, Emet home, one will be Emet sanctuary. We are blessed to have had this beautiful building, which is affording us the possibility of more time to move forward together We are blessed to have had a church that has welcomed us, now the other, with open hearts and outstretched arms. The pastor has been amazing. In this journey of discovering and revelation, each of us had to overcome our own bad encounters with the ger, the other, to be able to embrace the opportunity that God has provided for both of us and our respective communities. We both had to come to a point to realize that each of us and our flock are in similar places in the journey of faith in order to realize how much we need each other. Somehow, the other isn't so other. Somehow, two become one. We have shared our building with others, and now another will share with us. Outside of merging with another temple, which our people voted not to do, there was no choice but to rent from a church. We could have gone to one synagogue, but it was too far away for everyone. Even the city of Torrance drove me crazy, repeatedly stating, you need to rent from a church. Just rent from a church. Finally, after many emails, they got upset. They gave me names and numbers to call because operating without a conditional use permit was illegal. To do so otherwise could be a misdemeanor. I could just imagine all of us showing up in jail. This is shocking and frustrating. Well, guess what? Those churches, they didn't work out. Those pastors, that didn't happen. So in our search for the perfect home, our realtors kept telling me to call this one particular pastor, call this one particular church. Do it. Why aren't you doing it? Just do it. But I didn't. And you know me, I listened to the messages. It took the number 4 equaling love. 4 months of searching before I finally surrendered to heed the message. My past experiences of dealing with the fear of the other, that particular denomination of faith, were blocking me from embracing what would become the greatest blessing for us all. We all have events in our lives that frame our emotions and how we relate to the world and to others. One of the best moments our temple history has experienced, all of us, has been sharing the Ramadan, break the fast, with our Muslim neighbors. People are people, just that. Broken, flawed vessels, Kabbalistically from the beginning of time, trying to put Humpty Dumpty back together again. We cannot do this on our own. We need to do it b'yachad, together. We need to conquer our fears, whatever they may be, and reach for the promise that God wants for us. The framework is there for us to follow. The Statue of Liberty is a beacon of reminder that all have the inherent right to be free. And the Torah reminds us of the mitzvah Parsha Eikev teaches. You too must befriend the stranger, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt. Let us remember and be so inclined. Let us be open to fresh perspectives and new possibilities. Let us be freed from the physical ties that bind us, just as our ancestors did. And let us embrace our humanity and one another with kindness and with grace. Ken Yehi Ratzon, may this be God's will. Shabbat Shalom.